handling and safety of the BMW 7 Series can be improved still further by means of a combined ASC and ABS system. Driving round a track at 50 miles an hour. If the driver suddenly takes his foot off the accelerator, a vehicle without automatic stability control, ASC, can only be kept on course by corrective steering. A vehicle with ASC is unaffected by the change in load cycle. The ABS electronic sensors determine the rotational speed of the wheels, and in a fraction of a second the ASC has gently regulated the torque to restore optimum grip. The illuminated key and the display show the current operational state of the ASC. Initial wheel spin in a car without ASC. Not in the 7 Series with ASC. The electronic system immediately recognizes that the driving wheels are tending to slip, regulates the torque delivered by the engine, and thus ensures optimum acceleration even under adverse road conditions. ABS is to braking what ASC is to driving. Here, we deactivate the ABS, which is a standard feature of every 7 Series BMW. Comparative test at 60 miles an hour, the brakes lock up. A car without ABS covers much greater distances when braking in the wet. A further advantage of ABS, the car can still be steered under maximum braking, while the one without ABS doesn't react at all. Another comparison. Full braking in a fast corner. Without ABS, the car slides. Whereas the 7 Series with ABS holds its course. The electronic damping control, EDC, offers a choice of ride depending on the requirements of the occupants. Comfortably soft, or hard for a sporty feel. The shock absorber setting can be changed while driving to match the road conditions. The electro-hydraulic 4-speed automatic transmission gives a choice between a really economical and a somewhat more sporty style of driving. The individual gears can also be selected manually. The economy program is marked by low consumption figures. As the acceleration test shows, the available power can be used to the full in the sporty program, which holds the lower gears for longer. The basis of all electronics is intelligent circuitry. Digital motor electronics is a control unit for every phase of engine operation. From the moment the ignition is switched on, the many DME sensors collect all the data on air temperature and pressure. The DME system then automatically calculates and controls the amount of fresh air needed for the current operating conditions, delivers a precise amount of fuel to the injectors, and controls the ignition timing. It doesn't just act according to a rigid pattern. Instead, it compares actual and target values, notes what has changed, and adapts to the new conditions. The integrated onboard diagnostic computer also recognizes and stores any malfunctions. If a particular electronic system should develop a fault, standby functions or emergency programs are activated so that the car can still reach its destination or at least the nearest garage in safety. Thanks to the diagnostic computer, the service technician can then correct the fault straight away. Onboard diagnosis for rapid and inexpensive maintenance. The well-known analog instrument system in the 7 Series microprocessor-controlled cockpit is supplemented by the energy control display, which gives the precise fuel consumption at any moment, a clear indication of economical or uneconomical driving techniques. The onboard computer can calculate the short-term or long-term average consumption and the distance to go before refueling, amongst other functions. All this data can also be called up at the wheel. Additionally, they appear in the check control display right in the driver's field of view. so that he knows just when it's time to stop for fuel. The electronically controlled hydraulic 4-speed automatic transmission allows the driver to choose between 3 different programs. The economy program avoids high revs and unnecessary use of low gears. The result is less wear and lower fuel consumption. The service interval display, SI, shows when the next oil change or service is due based on cumulated figures for engine temperature, RPM and distance covered. The time between services depends on the conditions under which the car operates, long or short journeys, and so on. The fewer green lights, the sooner the next service is due. The driver himself can influence the service intervals by his choice of driving technique. Clear displays in the cockpit. Information provided by the onboard computer to help drive safely and economically also appears in the check control display at the touch of a button, in a choice of 6 languages. Yet the 7 Series is not only easy to monitor, it also monitors itself. 16 important functions are continuously monitored by the check control. For example, to remind you to release the handbrake, or to call your attention to the fact that a brake light isn't working. The driver is always in the picture. Only important functions are displayed during the journey. The check control tells the driver what it has noticed and how he should react to any malfunctions. Less important things are shown just at the start or end of a journey. For example, a reminder to refill the washer bottle when you next stop for fuel. Information to make the driver's life a little easier. The 7 Series climate control keeps the temperature you set constant electronically. The electronics receive commands from the console. If the outside air temperature gets too high, it's cooled by a compressor evaporator refrigerator system before being distributed. If desired, the airflow can be concentrated more in the footwells and the extractor vents closed to increase the cooling effect. Or it can be divided between the lower and middle outlets with different amounts for driver and passenger. In the defrost setting, warm air is diverted to the screen and side windows to keep them free of ice and condensation. Thanks to separate automatic temperature control and air distribution, driver and front seat passenger can each enjoy the climate they like. The electronic damping control, EDC, offers a choice of ride depending on the requirements of the occupants. Comfortably soft, hard for a sporty feel. The shock absorber setting can be changed while driving to match the road conditions. Servotronic, the electronically regulated hydraulic power steering, provides a safe and comfortable feel to the steering at all times. The power assistance is automatically adjusted to the road speed. Extremely light for parking. Low speed, little effort required. Above 60 miles an hour, the steering is very precise, with hardly any servo assistance. The convenient electronic seat and mirror memory system stores the setting of the driver's seat and both door mirrors. Up to 3 different drivers can store their individual settings and recall them at any time. A special feature is the near side mirror, which tilts automatically when reverse is selected so that the driver can see the curb. The handling and safety of the BMW 7 Series can be improved still further by means of a combined ASC and ABS system. Driving round a track at 50 miles an hour. If the driver suddenly takes his foot off the accelerator, a vehicle without automatic stability control, ASC, can only be kept on course by corrective steering. A vehicle with ASC is unaffected by the change in load cycle. The ABS electronic sensors determine the rotational speed of the wheels, and the ASC gently regulates the torque to restore optimum grip. The current operational state of the ASC can be seen from the illuminated key and the display. ABS is to braking what ASC is to driving. We deactivate the ABS, a standard feature of every 7 Series BMW for a comparative test. Emergency braking at 60 miles an hour. The brakes lock up. Compare that with a normal 7 Series with ABS. The point where the car has come to rest is marked on the road. A car without ABS also has a much greater braking distance in the wet. A further advantage of ABS, the car can still be steered under maximum braking, while the one without ABS doesn't react at all. Another comparison. Full braking in a fast corner without ABS. The car slides. Whereas the 7 Series with ABS holds its course. Maximum protection just in case. The strong central cage and the automatically adjustable front seat belts are supplemented by the airbag system, controlled precisely and reliably by a microcomputer. This final link in the safety chain offers the driver direct protection in the event of a head-on collision. Safety aspects take priority at BMW when it comes to information too. At least 16 important functions are monitored continuously by the check control, and malfunctions are displayed in plain text in a choice of 6 languages. The onboard computer is an important co-pilot, constantly checking the outside temperature, for example, and warning the driver in good time if black ice is likely.